know, I was boogieing too. I love our theme music. And welcome to Sweet Subversives, where we're having a dance party all the time.
Yes.
Every day.
Not even an 80s dance party, just dance party.
Yes, random dance party. Like, ooh, theme music. Yeah. I know. I like it anyway. There's a reason we picked it. We liked it. And I couldn't afford like the culture club, so this free is my favorite price, so I like that.
Free is good.
Yeah. Free is good. Freedom. Yes. So how are you doing today, Cara?
I'm doing. It's been a day.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
I know you've had a busy day and you're gonna have a busy evening.
Yes, I'm taking classes, so I'm torturing myself greatly, and I'm not even getting to drink alcohol. I'm having a lovely hopped seltzer water because I'm trying to be healthy.
Yes.
And then I'm alternating that with mass quantities of caffeine, so I won't ever sleep again. What can you do? Oh, I see comments.
Yes.
Oh,
thank you, Jared. Yes.
Thank you.
Jared's having a rough time. He's got a rough gig right now. And yes, he probably needs a lot of bourbon.
Yes, there's a lot of shenanigans going on in the LP this week.
There's shenanigans, yes. Sorry, I'm cleaning my screen off here. Let me just...
Oh, I'll do it too. Wax on. Wax off. Yes, we're doing mime today on Sweet
Yes.
Welcome.
So I am having a special drink this evening.
Yes. I know you were actually going to have something tasty tonight, right?
Yes. So this last weekend was my son and his girlfriend's wedding shower, bridal shower, which I think we call it wedding shower when guys are allowed rather than bridal shower.
Yeah, it's very modern.
Yeah, and which Heather was at.
I was at that.
Which is part of why we didn't have Sweet Subversives last week, because I was jamming to get ready for that, and we had like all these little unfinished home remodeling projects that had to just be done. They had to just be done.
Because you were having like a bunch of people over, and for your daughter,
we ended up with like, and we ended up with like I thought there was gonna be 18. I think there was like 30. So
yeah, it was way more than I thought too. I was like, oh my God, but it was so fun.
Yeah, and everything turned out lovely and all that kind of stuff. So now it's like 53 days until the wedding. Yeah. So last year when he asked Mallory to marry him, I knew the day that he was going to do that because he told me ahead of time. And I started brewing mead on that day so that we could bring it either for the wedding or for the groom's dinner or whatever. And so I am testing it because it has brewed. It's bottled, and so now I'm going to check it out. It's not chilled, but that's okay.
Pretty, though. Oh, the color looks nice.
Smells good. Color's good. It's really clear.
Ooh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. So I made this one not quite as sweet as I usually do. I mean, it's mead. It's still sweet, but that's a hell of an alcohol content in that sucker.
What's in it?
So it is a rose petal and lemon.
Oh, I bet you that's so nice. And very romantic, kind of wedding themed mead. How awesome. Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Your mead is amazing.
It's definitely not quite as sweet. But that's pretty damn good. I'm happy with that. I will be happy to serve that.
Oh yes. Hey, we're on. He's cleaning today, Mike. Good luck with that. Come clean my house.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Oh, and I think this might be Pat. I have to look. It says I have 16-year-old scotch. So, ooh, yummy. That
Yeah.
sounds delightful. Oh, yes, I had all my calories last weekend at the wonderful party, Cara, and it was awesome. But now I'm like got to be good again. I'm doing my best.
So that's one of the difficult things about when you're on any type of program where you're trying to lose weight, right?
Hmm.
Because you have very consistent effort,
Yes.
and then you have like exactly one day where you're just like out of weeks, where you're
Yes.
like, okay, I'm having a bunch of drinks and I'm gonna have some food. Like
Yep.
not even a ton,
No, I didn't
but I'm
even
gonna have
have
some
a
food.
ton of food, but I had a couple drinks, and yeah, it throws you off.
It does, because then you get on the scale and you're like, what the fuck?
Did I eat a
Seriously?
bowling ball? How did that happen? But it took about 4 days, and now I'm back to where I was before.
But that's the thing, you're like, God damn it, one
One
day of
day,
drinks
and I didn't even
and
have
now you're
lunch
set back four
before.
days.
I know,
Yeah,
it just throws it all off. I don't get it. How is a human body like that? It's like, oh,
I don't
oh,
know.
good, there's food now. Hold on to that shit.
Yeah, and that's the disheartening part. So we're both part of the Get Fit caucus,
Yes,
right?
LP
Yeah.
Get Fit Caucus. They're an
Yeah.
awesome group of people.
And so I'm focused less on because I'm at the weight I want to be because I don't care. I'm
Yeah,
good.
you look
Um,
wonderful.
but I'm trying to like focus on healthier stuff other than the drinking.
Yeah, yeah,
Focus on like,
that's my
healthier
business.
stuff. But and I feel really good. Sleep is going better, all that kind of stuff. Sleep is
Yes.
going a lot better. I don't even have to listen to a podcast at night to go to sleep.
Oh my gosh, things
It's
are
been
going
over a
well.
year. It's
Oh,
been over a
Cara,
year that I've been
that's
able to fall
awesome.
asleep
It's like
without listening to a podcast.
I love that. I think my problem with stress is like I can usually fall asleep, right? But I wake up in the middle of the night, and then my brain won't shut up.
Mhm.
Shut up, brain.
I have all of it. I can't fall asleep. I wake up and then I can't fall back to sleep. So,
Oh, I
like,
hate
all
it.
of it.
It's a trifecta.
Yeah, it is. It's the trifecta of shit. But
Oh,
I know a lot of people have had some really, really tough days in the LP.
oh God, yes. I know there's a lot.
But here's the thing. We have so much fantastic stuff that's going on.
We really
And
do.
yeah, and it's kind of getting shoved off to the side because we have a little bit of emergency situation.
Yeah.
Um, but
Drama.
we have so much good that's happening. And I do want people to focus on that because
Yeah,
I don't
positive.
want us to get so focused on one area that's having difficulty that we forget all these other areas that are just firing on all cylinders and going spectacularly.
Yes.
Because when you do that, you end up snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory. And
Yes.
that's not something I want us to do.
No.
So, going over some of the great stuff, and we're going to have a guest on just a little bit later.
Yes.
And that she's going to be our libertarian caught being good because she has been kicking ass and she's got this amazing project going on this weekend that I would love to highlight. But let's get some good news.
Yes.
So first of all, this is good news. So this is almost like a miracle. Many of you know that Kevin Gilbranson had a heart attack.
Yes.
And in fact, he was on life support
Oh
yesterday.
no. Oh my
And they
gosh.
were telling people, just prepare yourself. Like this is not, the prognosis is not good for that. However, we just got news that he's actually doing better.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome. Send your prayers.
not out of the woods yet, but he's improved. His heart now is pumping strong. His blood pressure is good. His kidneys are back working.
Oh, good.
They're able to reduce
Like,
the sedation that they've kept him on. Doesn't appear that there's any significant damage. So, but keep good energy going towards him. Also towards Michelle, because this has been extremely difficult for the family. I know the hospital was still under COVID rules and they were not allowing anyone to see him or visit or anything like that. So we're hoping for continued improvement there. So that's pretty damn good. Chase has good news, and I actually had that on my list. LP Atlanta raised over $2,000. Oh, and we're at 2,500 now for persons experiencing homelessness, and they're making kits, and another 600 for a local charity in the area. So that's something fantastic that's happening now. Same neck of the woods, but this, instead of Atlanta, it's the wider area, Georgia. Ryan Graham posted, because he also is telling people, hey, check this out because this is kicking ass. Georgia just Monday affiliated the Fulton County, which is the most populated county in Georgia, and then Cherokee County, which is one of their more supportive counties for LP candidates. They've seen a 20% increase in membership since the beginning of the year. In an off year, that's really incredible. They're also outpacing their expected donations by 25% so far.
That is incredible.
And this little tidbit will be of particular interest to our guests that we're having on later. But Georgia just approved a budget for a public policy tracking software that's going to aid in their grassroots efforts to help change laws in Georgia.
Good. Wonderful.
We've also had some election wins. So here are our June election wins, because we're continuing to kick ass in elections
year-round.
Yes. So last time we talked about Will Hyman, who was elected to Clarksburg City Council in West Virginia. Also in West Virginia, Austin Lynch was elected on June 8th to Stonewood City Council. So congratulations to him. 2 days after he was elected, though, on June 10th, with it like a mystery ailment, his wife went into the emergency room and into the ICU.
Oh no!
And she has been in the ICU since then. There were some issues with medication. There's been issues with potassium levels, all kinds of stuff. But today she's looking better. They're hopeful that either later tonight or tomorrow morning she can be moved to a regular hospital room. So
that's better.
Yes, absolutely.
Some good energy her way, definitely. Oh.
Yeah, and you know, what a roller coaster for that family. You're going through the stress of an election. You get elected, and then boom, like a mystery ailment happens to your spouse, and you don't know what's going on, and it's hard to get answers, and no one really knows why. And
you're already exhausted from all the election stuff and then that. So
yeah, it's been a long week for them, because it's been almost a week that she's been in the ICU. And then congratulations on re-election to Steve McCluskey. He is mayor of McLean, Mississippi. So congratulations to him on his re-election.
That's great.
Absolutely. And then in the wider LP universe, Frontier Project held its summit. That was very successful. They had attendees from, I think, 10 states, including like Alaska. And they were all there learning how they can replicate the success of the Frontier Project in their state. So that is exciting. I'm looking forward to that. And our candidate who won from Frontier Project, who is Wyoming State Rep Marshall Burt, he was also in the news, and I mean front page news in multiple states.
Heck yeah.
Yes, because he and the National Libertarian Party submitted 2 ballot initiatives to the Wyoming Secretary of State. So it's going to be on the ballot. Now, these measures are going to accomplish 2 things. One is to legalize medical cannabis. The second is to decriminalize cannabis for personal use. So this is going to be on the ballot in their general election in 2022.
Oh, so it's coming up this next year.
If it passes, Wyoming will be one of only 28 states to decriminalize cannabis. Not legalize, but decriminalize. That's a very important definition there.
We're getting there. I think more and more states are starting to come over. It's good.
Yes. Yes. Not our state.
Not our state yet. I mean, I know they keep talking about maybe. I'm like, yeah, we got to wait till we get a new governor and it kind of tips a little bit. I don't know.
House and Senate.
House and Senate and everyone needs to move out of the state and get new people, and then we can have it.
And then we can have it.
It's totally
right after that. After that,
then all our dreams can come true.
Yes. Yes. The communist utopia of Minnesota will maybe not put people in cages for having plants.
So you said there's a chance.
I'm feeling optimistic.
I am, Cara. You got it.
So I have some personal news.
What's your personal news?
So I had put before City Council in the work session back in February that I wanted to look if Burnsville could find a mechanism so that residents could decide how a portion of their tax money would be spent. And so it would be some version of participatory budgeting, but they would be able to decide, they would be able to decide, I want X dollars to go to this, right?
Kind of like a democracy.
Yes. Yeah, it's right. It is participatory democracy, right? Instead of getting away from like a more of a strict representative form.
Here's what you get.
So last night, we had a brief presentation on it. And then staff was looking for direction on what do we do next? Do we kill it? Do we look at it a little more? Do we send it to the governance process? What are we going to do? And for those of you that don't know, a governance process is a very structured process, usually takes a year, can take 2 years, where a policy initiative is very closely examined. You meet on it once a month, every month for like the whole year. You have white papers, you have expert testimony, you have public comment. You really get in and you're trying to define something. So usually if something is very out of the ordinary or complex, you can send it through the governance process. We voted to send it to governance process.
Cool. Yay. Oh man. This kind of sounds like a Cara thing that happened. So
I'm pretty happy.
I'm pretty excited. Yes.
Yeah, I am. And it's pairing nicely with, because the Monday night we had the first meeting and we had orientation tonight. Yes, we have orientation tonight for our citizens task force to completely rewrite our city code.
Holy crap. That's a lot of power and a little pressure on people. I hope they're excited.
It is. They are. And they realize that this is something most cities will never, ever, ever do.
They don't want to give up that kind of power because they like to hold on to it. But boy, how generous and what a wonderful community you live in that you're working with the people to redo this.
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy and excited. This has been kind of a package of initiatives that have been going forward so that we can have people more directly involved and have more power over their destiny in our town. Like that's what we're looking for, is shifting power back to our residents, because residents trust us, which they show by voting for us, right? So that extends a huge amount of trust. And I think we should give even just like a small percentage of that trust back. Like, I don't think that's unreasonable.
It's not unreasonable. I mean, you're part of the community, and you guys can work together. Wow. It makes total sense.
So I'm really happy about that. I'm so happy that my council is being supportive of this, because you got to work with people and gain their support. So
it takes time and a lot of diplomacy to get to that point where you all can trust each
yes.
other and trust the community to do the right things too.
Hmm.
And I think you guys are doing wonderful work. Awesome.
Absolutely.
You are a
So,
libertine caught being good.
although we have a libertarian that we caught
Oh,
being good,
yes,
and
we
we should
do.
bring her on. So she is my coworker. We'll bring
Yes, she
Michelle
is.
on. Michelle
I'm gonna wait for
McCutcheon.
here she goes. Ta-da!
Hi, how are you
Hello.
ladies?
Very good, very good. So Michelle is, yes, she's our LP activism coordinator, and she has an incredible project that is happening across the country this weekend.
No pressure.
No.
Oh,
None.
gotcha.
So we are doing our first National Day of Activism under my direction, and we want to celebrate Juneteenth, right?
Yes.
None of us is free until each of us is free. And things are going on from Washington State to Hawaii to Virginia to Ohio to Florida. It is just amazing. To Texas. There are so many things. And you guys have 3 things going on in your state that people
We
are
do.
participating in. So there is every type of event you could want. There is sign waves, there's petition gathering, there's celebratory stuff that is featuring African American artists, whether they be poets, musicians, actors. That's going on in Virginia. Michelle Friedman has taken point on that.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
She's one hell of an activist.
Yes. And we get to meet her at not the next training, but the training at the end of July in Virginia Beach. And I just got a couple more people to sign up today if you saw those come through. The Pashals are coming, so I finally get to meet them. I'm so excited. Oh. And Rachel Bowie is coming. So
Cool.
one of our candidates from the area. So I found that out today too. So that was
Nice.
pretty cool. Very excited. The people in Utah, I hope, are excited. They got a happy little cheerleading email from me today. I'm sad that I can't be in Salt Lake because we have some amazing people coming out there and an amazing slate of trainers that are going to be there for them. So if you need the link to regional training, ask Cara, Heather, myself.
Yes. And I have it in our show sheet, Heather.
Well, I'm gonna go grab it and put it on the chat. Actually, yeah, I'll put it in the chat and I'll put it up. Give me a second.
Woohoo!
Woo-hoo.
So where did this idea for a National Day of Activism come from, Michelle?
So I am informing what we want activism to look like and trying to build this program from the ground up and make a solid foundation so that if I disappear off the face of the earth tomorrow, this can still carry on, right? One of those things is being out there and being the lobbyist, being the activist in person, making that visible presence in our community felt. And I would like to do these more frequently. This year, I'm making sure to do them well, and I'm doing 1 a quarter. So now I have to pick my one for the 3rd quarter, which is I'm traveling almost every weekend. 3rd quarter, and I'm like,
yeah, I was gonna say, really? You're gonna do it
Like,
3rd quarter?
Labor Day? I don't know.
Maybe on your day off.
It's gonna have to be like Labor Day. I don't want to do
Labor
it on a
Day-
weekday, but
Chase and I are going to be at Dragon Con along with Heather.
Yeah.
okay. So you guys can like hold up signs for like 5 seconds at Dragon Con and send me a picture.
We can do that. I'll hold up a sign.
We can do that.
It can be a dinner. I don't care.
We might
I've
not be in full costume.
We have that amazing list of every day of everything that they send out every year. Like here's all the holidays, here's all the anniversaries. Like the Boston Tea Party happened on this day, which happens to be my birthday, so I remember that one. But probably couldn't tell you what year, but I can tell you what day. But I'm going to go through that list and see what resonates. I really want to focus on, and it's so funny because People for Liberty just came out with their event that they're doing this weekend or next weekend. But I want to focus on immigration. I feel like next to the civil rights issues, immigration is where libertarians can shine right now because we are the only ones with a different message that doesn't say go home.
exactly. We're like,
right?
here.
What the hell? Before the election,
It was totally
the Democrats
predictable.
they were all like, oh, we love you. And now they're like,
Yeah, we
don't
love
even
you.
think about entering. Don't even think about it.
Go off. And
Yeah.
it was, I mean, I've been libertarian for over a quarter of a century. So this was like, this pattern just keeps repeating. Like, no, I'm telling you. And
Yep.
I always think of the meme with the guy that's shouting at the brick wall with his megaphone. That is how I feel. No, don't do it. Don't. They're lying.
And they are.
Yeah,
But the even more frustrating thing is, so the people you're telling that to have been through many cycles of this as well.
Yeah. And they don't remember.
Some of them are younger, but yeah, most of them have been through it. And the younger ones you kind of get when they don't understand it. And you're like,
right.
You just want to hold them by the shoulders and go, no, you don't understand. It's like every freaking time.
Yeah.
But I am so excited about these events and about highlighting the good work. My goodness, Montana is helping on, or Minnesota is helping on so many issues. Ohio is doing a end qualified immunity bill. And,
yes.
In conjunction with 3 organizations, primarily Accountability Now Ohio, but Heartbeat Movement is one, which has nothing to do with what you might think, given the name. And I always forget the name of the third organization, but they are going to be gathering signatures for a ballot initiative. We are actually going to try to codify it in our Constitution to end the separate treatment with qualified immunity for everyone. That includes politicians. Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Kevin Kahn, Ohio's political division director, just is kind of the point person. He even got an interview with a local news organization out of the Cincinnati area.
Is that referendum? Referendum or bill?
This is actually going to be, I think, a referendum. He would probably be more qualified to answer that part than me. And they need 1 million signatures. It's actually going to be in our Constitution. So maybe, is that a referendum?
That would probably be a referendum then.
Okay. Yeah, so 1 million signatures when Ohio's total population is just over 11 million. Like total, not voting, total.
Oh.
And for the signatures, they have to be voted.
I'm going to grab some from them so that I can have them on me at all times and have my little, New Orleans bag with the clipboards in them.
Yep.
Rolling. They're in the hall closet now, but I need to bring them back out because I have ballot access petitions because there's some of us working on that, and then those, and then I'll have them with me. So I have my little libertarian kit. But that's going on, and like just watching the amazing stuff that's coming out of Washington State is doing a sine wave and tabling at a Juneteenth event, but nice. In Seattle. But then there's a Spokane group that a gentleman is having a nice event at his house. He's doing a barbecue, but then he's doing a free showing of the movie 13, and he's inviting everybody in the area, not just libertarians.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
So it's like all kinds of different things to start that conversation and to move the ball forward. And how do we come together as a nation and heal and get the civil rights out in front? This needs to be a priority, regardless of who won. We need to, the heck with the presidency. Let's all of us get together and let's fix these things. And we can do it. The unfortunate crazy news that has been going on at LP land this week has made me so sad because it's distracted from the wonderful Wyoming initiatives that are coming out, and I'm helping on that, which now if it's going to go straight to vote, they may not need volunteers. So I need to clarify that. I'm getting kind of excited. Like, woo, look, I succeeded.
Like
I got 10 volunteers in the day, and now I don't even need them.
It does sound like it's going to be on the ballot. It sounds like it's a deal.
So I'm going to call my people and let them know to get excited and tell all their friends and family.
Yeah, but, absolutely.
So very excited about that, but I'll be finalizing the social media. So I encourage people to watch the LP page on Saturday, because we are going to be rocking it. all day long. We're going to be sharing posts from all around the country and what our activists are doing and all their sister orgs. And we're making sure that we amplify the voices of the people who have been oppressed and what they're working on and how we can help.
Well, and, you know, in my conversations with people, we've been talking about how, I mean, the LP has always been about civil rights, right? Because, you know, if you lose your individual rights, there are no civil rights, right? It always comes down to, you know, the individual is the smallest unit. And it used to be that the Democrats at least paid lip service to civil rights being one of the main reasons why that party exists. But you don't really even hear that anymore from them. Like, you don't really hear civil rights as much from them anymore. What you hear them basing their party identity on now is government intervention.
Yeah.
That's what you hear it all about.
And
it's not
there
about
was a little lip service though in like in trying to win the nomination, right? From all of them. Whether the other people would have enacted it or not, you know, I mean, we could sit here and play armchair quarterback all day long. Who knows? History has proven that no, it's not going to happen.
The party core identity anymore. It used to be like that's what they thought their party core was. That was their core area, and it isn't now. Now it is government intervention in your life. You know,
I have a family member.
We're all community together, and so government, you know, government is going to provide all of these things for you.
No, government needs to make the wage 15. No wage is even 15 anymore. Like, come on. Yeah. Now, I have a cousin, and I won't say what state because in case she's watching or in case other family members are watching, I don't want to get her in trouble. Who is sitting SETCOM for that party, and she's a very bold messenger for her cause, but she is very much a Democrat. Mm-hmm. And swore to me up and down she wouldn't vote Biden if he won. And then they nominated Kamala, and guess who she voted for. And I absolutely, and I've always found her to be among our immediate family one of the most highest of integrity of people. And she's been about run out on the rail because she's more Democratic, right? And they want to go like a more traditional Democratic bent where she is. And I had no words. And it just broke my heart because she was so about criminal justice. And we've talked about human rights violations by the last administration, like privately a messenger, because we don't want the whole family blowing us up. And we can talk freely. And I'm like, what the hell did you mean by this? You know, and we can kind of talk like that.
Right.
Wow. It just broke my heart. And I still say that she could have, I was like, if you can't find a home in the LP, which I believe you can.
Yeah.
Right. Because she's close enough on most of the things. Like if she really listened, go to the Greens for God's sake. Stop giving these people your time and your effort. You are too valuable. They don't deserve you.
Yeah. But, and if criminal justice is your jam, there is no way you can justify voting for.
I mean, I don't know. It's her biggest one. Given her career, which if I say it, then people will know exactly who.
That is the worst. That was the worst ticket for criminal justice.
Yes, immigration is probably her biggest one. So she's probably reeling right now. And given everything I've had going on with our wonderful regional trainings, then LNC meeting, quarterly meeting, and having to do my first report for a brand new department. Like, what is that? What is this? And so I was having, daily meltdowns in front of my computer by 2 p.m. going, I don't know. But it's just always overthinking the things. Always.
Yep. And we hear you.
You get good feedback and you're like, oh, okay.
It's okay.
I guess it wasn't so bad.
See?
But and I would have never thought, actually had our boss tell me, what are you so worried about? This is fine. very self-critical. But I am very excited about where activism is going. I have an event. We'll have a volunteer opportunity consistently going, which is like the Wyoming thing, right? And then we'll have an event every quarter. I am working on actually setting up a meeting with 2 of our LNC members. For those people in the know, TJ and Susan and I are going to meet with somebody that I've already talked to once about a legislative software that we can use to contact state and federal level, and it only runs us $11,000 a year.
That's pretty good.
Ooh.
And I said I would personally fundraise for that, like you did for the regional trainings. I will personally get on the phone with our development director, Tara DeSisto, and I will be on that phone raising me some money.
We'll set you up with calls.
I know. And we all know that other than Cara, I can make the most calls in a day. So
well, I don't know. I think you can jam on calls more than I can.
I think you actually have to be. When you were like, oh no, I called them in a day, and I was like, oh. I thought this was like 3 days, but okay.
Oh man.
But that was all, that was essentially almost all I had to do in my prior role, right? I did pledge newsletter. I did member welcome hangouts that we do on Tuesday nights at 8. You can go to lp.org/hangout, and you can sign up and come learn about all the things that are out there, all the resources available for you at the national level, and I can get you plugged into all kinds of volunteer opportunities in your state and county parties. It was fun this week because we had an Ohio guy. And I was like, I know your name and I don't know where from. It's not from the normal things. And he goes, well, I'm from Ohio, actually from Cincinnati area. And I'm like, oh, I just emailed you at the Ohio system to invite you to the Warren County meeting. And he goes, you did.
Small world.
Right? So he's literally like, I can get to his house if I hit every traffic light wrong in like 15 minutes.
Well, I'll tell you, like most LP activists, Michelle wears many hats.
Yes.
So, Cara, what I've got left of my fresh mulberries.
Oh,
favorite berry. I love mulberries.
They're like all over the driveway next to us, like for the apartments. It's like kind of icky, but I have one set of shoes that I'm keeping outside now. I'm practicing over there in the morning, trying to reach the low-hanging ones. So I'm getting my stretches in for the day. But they're really good in sangria.
That sounds amazing.
It's pretty good. I haven't drank since last Friday or Saturday, so a whole week.
Oh, yeah. Ben Dixon, yeah, he has a point on that.
Kamala tipping the scales.
Oh, yeah. Well, there is, if you have every position, you're going to hit all of them.
Exactly. You can pick one and ignore the others.
I lost a long time, like a friend of over a decade who is in the town I want to retire to, or semi-retire, because hubby's going to retire. I love what I do. It's going to be a long time before I retire. She had posted that she was very excited that Kamala got the nomination. But I don't know much about her. I did not want to rain on her parade or poo on her parade, on her status, so I reached out to her by private message. I didn't mention the word libertarian. I didn't mention Dr. Jorgensen or Spike, anything like that. I said, hey, I saw where you said you didn't know. These are some things about, and my friend is very active in the LGBTQ community.
Right.
And so I said, these are some of the reasons my LGBTQ friends will not vote for her.
Right.
And I talked about her signing the bill that forced transgender women into men's prisons that literally led to their murder.
Yep.
And she started going off about Trump is so much worse and blah, blah, blah. And nobody in that whole conversation was going to vote Trump. I mean, seriously, who was going to vote? And she ended up
That's what I
said, you know what? Never mind. I shouldn't have said anything. I apologize. And I kept apologizing. And she's still in front of me after. Like, I literally wouldn't even.
That's someone with cognitive dissonance that they just couldn't get past.
Yeah.
So I
stuck in it.
I'm petty enough.
Like, I'm doing something really bad. And I know it's really bad. and I hate that you're pointing out that it's really bad, and I don't want to face it.
So I'm going to block
That's
you
what that's
so that
about.
way I don't have to listen to you tell me that I'm actually screwing up.
She unfriended me, then I blocked her.
Uh,
But only after I blocked her, I like unliked her work pages and stuff.
I unlike you. Now I blocked you. We don't
Because
want
I'm literally, my feed is so full with other stuff. I mean, if you're going to be like that, and then we can't even have an adult conversation for 2 seconds on one thing.
Right.
I'll see you in person and it'll be fine, but I'm not keeping on my social media.
Exactly. So have you thought yet of what your next day of activism is going to be around, or?
I really wanted to be on focus on the immigration.
Okay.
And I'm not quite sure. There's a couple of things I'm thinking of. It'll be a little bit of a surprise, but a lot of being able to round up, like how we're doing, backpacks for the homeless with Vermin Supreme, and how Chase is doing all those wonderful things in Atlanta. Yeah. I want to do, I know there's an organization that takes them around and basically buses them in and drops them off at the bus depots, people who are immigrants. I want to see if we can do something with those organizations and give people like starter kits, maybe. I don't know. That's like one aspect of it that we could do. So then maybe it doesn't have to be necessarily a set day other than drop off.
Got it. Yeah.
Especially with me traveling so much. So if I have to like round up in my area, right, physically be the one that gets the stuff gathered, I can, because I have a friend that's very tied in. And I've already given him like some of my stuff when I went through my clothes and that. But I think that's something that we could really make a huge dent in, right?
I think that sounds good.
Gift cards to Walmart or whatever, to Target, to Kroger. There's the grocery store that's mostly in this area. I'm a big Aldi fan because I swear to God, I save a crap ton of money by doing Aldi.
Oh,
do you guys have that?
Oh, yes, we have Aldi's.
Have you tried the buffalo cauliflower dip? Totally off topic.
Oh, it's really good.
It's really good. Heather's right. I didn't care for the jalapeno as much as I thought I would. It was okay, but I was like, eh. But that buffalo, oh my gosh, get the sugar snap peas and I'm just crunching and munching.
Yes, it's so good with veggies. I'm trying to snack with veggies more instead of chips.
That's my husband has chips in the house. Cara happened to call today when I had a mouthful of Funyuns.
Oh man, that's my problem. Is if I have them in front of me, I will just like absent-mindedly eat them and eat them and eat them, and But if I have vegetables, eventually you get full, right? And vegetables.
I tried on carrots tonight, so.
I have a lot of carrots at all times because the 3 dachshunds I have, for our viewers that don't know my dogs, they get a carrot in each of their little food dishes, and then they get carrots for a successful potties outside.
Oh,
that's their treats, and they love them. They are actually freaking flip out crazy over carrots.
Huh.
Yeah, I know.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much, Michelle. We really appreciate you coming on. We love everything that you're doing. And once you get your next day of activism all set, we'll have to have you back on.
I would love that. And I thank you guys for having me tonight and appreciate you two for all you do. I heart you too.
I love
you. Bye, guys.
See you later. Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
So she is like super, super, super hardworking. She gets so much work done. Oh my God. She's like a dynamo.
Yeah, she's just the nicest person too. And she gets everything done. Chick gets it all done.
She does. She does. And she gave us a tip of the buffalo dip.
Yes, which is, I've had it. It's really good. I like Aldi. I mean, I save so much money if I shop at Aldi. I don't know what the deal is, but I don't, I used to coupon shop, but I mean, what's the point? Aldi is cheaper, even with the like coupons and everything. We're just like,
I mean, there you go.
You got to go to the regular grocery store because they don't have it, but it saves time because I hate being at the grocery store. And they got the pickup now that I got Cara to like try for other grocery stores.
Target, yeah.
Oh, it's just so great. You just go there and they put the stuff in your car and you leave. I'm like,
oh my God.
This is the best life. I feel like a celebrity every time I go shopping and they just load crap in my car. I'm like, now I go home.
I'm a rock star. Well, she gave us a tip, but I know you.
I have. Oh, wait, I gotta get my screen thing up. I have just the tip. Oh God, I promise. So you all know I'm on a diet, right? And one of the things I've been trying to do, and Cara knows this from the last week, is I'm trying to find ways of eating the things I really like, but to do little tweaks to it. So it's not as many calories, or you get a little more vegetables in it. And I'm like last week, what I did was I made, I had mashed potatoes because I was super hungry for mashed potatoes. But instead of just having potatoes, I did about, like, I don't know, added a third of chopped up, really cooked good zucchini. And then I mashed them together and added, you know, a little bit of butter and stuff and flavor. But my husband was eating it and he's like, oh my God, this is really good. And he goes, is it green stuffed chives? I'm like, no, it's zucchini. And he's like, I didn't even taste zucchini. I'm like, I know, because you can't do half and half as far as I know. I might have to see if I can push the boundaries of the zucchini. Because, yeah, it's still carbs, but less carbs and less calories. And it, you know, it makes the potatoes go farther. So I was like, that was cool. And then this week, we don't have a Costco. The noodles that I like from Costco are awesome, but I can't ever get the healthy noodles.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love those.
Those are good.
In that little bag pouches, yes.
But I can never get them because, you know, I don't have a membership and we don't get up there. So I found something else that works really good. It's called, it's by a company called Fiber Gourmet, and it looks weird because the whole logo wraps around. And I'm gonna like hold it up. And they make different kinds of noodles, and these are dry noodles. They're not the ones like healthy noodles and the others where you have to rinse them. These are actually they're dry noodles, but they're like 50% calories. So the way they do it is they add like a ton of fiber. So for one serving normally of regular noodles is like 200 calories, right? This is 100 calories for a regular serving. And
how many ounces?
This whole bag has 4 servings and it is 8 ounces. And so you could do the whole bag, eat the whole bag for 400 calories. You could eat this whole thing. I can't eat all this because it's just so many noodles. They add a ton of fiber. So normally like regular noodles have 2 grams of fiber in it. This, for each serving, that's each 100 calorie serving, is 25 grams of fiber. That's like pretty much your whole day's worth of fiber that you need. So you solid. And the carbs are less. I mean, it's not nothing because it's like half and half, right? But instead of it being like 41 carbs for a serving, it's 17 grams of carbs. And there's a ton of protein in it, 7 grams of protein. So, I mean, that's pretty good. We had it for dinner tonight, and it was incredible. It was really good. It tasted just like regular, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. So I bought a ton of this. You can get it on Amazon, but I'd say if you want the cheapest deal, I would try it first on Amazon, see if you like it. But Fiber Gourmet, and they have elbows and penne and linguine and other stuff. They have crackers too. But you buy it from their site directly. You can get, if you spend over a certain amount, you can get free shipping, and I had no sales tax on it. So it got to be about, I'd say about $3 a bag. So, I mean, it's not bad for like saving calories. So that's my workaround, is trying to find stuff like that makes it so you can maybe eat a little more, have a little more fiber, a little more protein, a little more vegetables, you know, sneaky, shady shit. So that way you're like, oh, this tastes just like the thing I normally like to eat, but it's kind of healthy. So,
you know, and I have pasta almost every day for lunch.
I love pasta. I know you have gluten allergies, so this would not work for you. I don't think it would. I'm looking at it now. Like I think because it has whole wheat, or it has enriched durum, semolina, whatever.
Yeah.
So that it contains wheat. So this is not for Cara, but
not for me.
Not for you. But if you are also gluten intolerant of some sort of celiac, that healthy noodles from Costco is amazing, and it's only 25 calories, and it tastes like regular pasta. So, but this, if you can't get it, is another really good option. I liked it. So that is my just. So yes, we have some time now.
We do. So if people have their one awesome thing that happened this week, they can definitely share that, and we'll be sharing our one awesome thing this week as well. So start thinking about what that is.
I'm thinking. You know, like my favorite thing this week was actually getting to go to your thing, which is probably your favorite thing this week. Cara always throws the best parties, and I feel like everyone who gets to go to Cara's parties, it's just like an event, and you feel like you're just a part of something special every time. And I know you were worried because this is a big deal. This is for your son and your future daughter-in-law, and a wedding shower is a big deal.
Yes.
And I think it was just wonderful, and I felt like I got to really I got to have fun. I got to meet some people in her family that I hadn't got to meet before, and some of her friends, and what a good time. And thank you, Cara, for doing that.
It was a good time. And you have a good party when it's only supposed to last 2 hours and it starts at 2 and people don't leave till 10.
Yeah, exactly. You're like,
I think it was a good party.
It was a good party, and I think everyone had a blast. So it was perfect. And
I was stressing so bad because, first of all, like she has like a style look she was looking for, which is nothing like my house. So it's kind of that garden romance, but eucalyptus leaves, not flowers, right? Not floral. And so it was kind of like that creamy white and sage, and and the other thing was, she's like, and not gold. I don't like anything gold. Everything in my house is either a gold or a brass accent.
Gold.
Like that's how it is. And my house is like, especially on the main floor, is pretty modern. Like it's
really modern.
It's very modern.
Yes. And so she wanted it to be kind of like romantic.
Yeah, very romantic, like gauzy curtain, which is fine. Like
you made it work.
Beautiful. Like beautiful aesthetic. And so I was trying to figure out how to make my house look like that.
It worked.
And so I kind of did. And then I was like, okay, well, we're going to have so many people here, and, my house isn't that big. So if we have people in the living room and a little in the dining room, and we could also have people on the deck. Well, then Minnesota, like, whoever frickin' heard of this, we're having 100-degree days. We were having 100-degree days, like death. We were like, us Minnesotans, we would just walk outside and die. Just get dead. And so I'm like, oh my God. And then, because that wasn't enough, our association decided to paint our units. And so we got the notice that they would be painting the outside of our unit, including like the walls in our deck, and we would have to remove everything off our deck.
Yeah,
like all my plants, furniture, everything. And let me tell you, I got shit tons of plants. I had like a wrought iron arch that I had trained stuff to grow up, and
it's so beautiful too.
I was about losing my mind.
Yeah.
And then, my husband called and begged, and so they said they would leave ours alone until Monday, which they did.
Oh, good.
And we got those misters out there so people could stand to be outside.
That was really nice. Yes, I was enjoying that. That kept me alive.
And and then it ended up being like 30 people instead of 18. So
we had to sit outside a little bit.
Yeah, there was not room otherwise.
I considering it was pretty amazing. All those things, and you made it all work.
Yeah, it was fun.
It
ended up being I might have had a lot of fun. I might have had a lot of fun, and
that charcuterie board is off the chain. Yes, it was. It was the hugest thing I've ever seen, and it was beautiful. And that is part of why I am back on the diet. I ate a lot of nuts and meat and cheese off of that thing, and fruit and vegetables. But yeah, I was like, ooh, meat and cheese.
Yeah, it was a 2 foot by 4 foot.
Yes, it was more than I've ever seen.
It was huge.
So cool. So was that your thing too?
Yeah.
I mean, because it was just amazing.
Because it went great, and people started to leave, and all the stress left my body, and all the wine stayed in my body, and I just tipped over on the couch. And I know some people were still there, and you were still there, and I was just like, I am done.
I saw you pass out, and I'm like, Kara's done. And I talked to Justin and Mallory a bit, and it was really nice, and we had a great time. And I know, I knew all that you'd gone through to get to that point, and cheers to you. Congratulations, you got it, and it went really, really well. And I love that. That's a good news thing right there.
It is.
And then Michelle
has good news.
Mr. Surgery. Yay. I hope it all goes good. Good healing energy. Definitely. Oh, man. There's a lot of health things going on lately. Lots of surgeries in hospitals and stuff.
I know it.
I'm hoping everybody, I hope you all are healthy. Your families are healthy. You stay good. We got lots of stuff to do this year. So we got to
yes, we do. We got ass kicking to do.
Lots of ass kicking. Major. What is it? Taking names, kicking ass, all of that.
Taking names.
I love it.
And I'm heading to North Carolina this weekend. So I leave. I'm going to their state convention. I leave. Oh, geez, Mark.
Oh, no, there's a funeral. I'm sorry. It's been kind of, lots of hard stuff lately. I know that.
Yeah.
North Carolina, you said?
North Carolina. I'll be in Greensboro, North Carolina for their state convention.
Yeah.
So I'll fly out Friday, come home Sunday.
Yay. That'll be a fun time. I love that out there. Oh, Men's Warehouse is horrible. They gave me the tip and the rest. Oh, that's not the tip you wanted.
No. Not even a reach around.
You can always count on Mark for fun comments in the chat. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a great time, and I always live vicariously through your trips, and I hope it goes successfully, and you have lots of fun.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun.
And I think on that note, we're pretty good. We're almost out of time. So, love you guys. See you next week. Wax on. And then we'll rock out on the way out. I mean, as we do. So let me just do that. So bye, guys. See you later. It's so weird. I'm so weird.